This punishment was given only to German soldiers. A soldier who tried to escape was chained by his feet, and the other end of the heavy chain was hammered deep into a large rock. He was left with only a few bullets and some food. He was ordered to hold back the Soviet soldiers, but he could not. As the rest of his unit moved forward, he picked up his sniper rifle and began loading it. But by the time he was ready to aim, his comrades had disappeared into the thick forest. Now his biggest problem was freeing himself from the chain. In fear and frustration, he aimed at the chain and fired. There was a loud blast, and he screamed in pain. The chain was too thick. The shot did nothing to it. He needed another plan. He opened his bag and found a pair of glasses. An idea came to him. Using a small knife, he carefully removed both lenses and pressed them together. He broke a piece of bamboo and cut out a small piece of wood. He chewed the wood to soften it and sealed it around the edges of the lenses. Then he placed a small piece of wood between them and filled it with water. He had made a simple lens. He placed some wood near the iron nail and focused the sunlight on it. After a while, the wood began to burn. He quickly gathered dry branches to build the fire. When the rock was heated enough, he poured cold water over it. The sudden change in temperature caused a crack in the rock. He tried to pull the nail out, but it wouldn't move. He didn't give up. He repeated the process again and again. Slowly, more of the nail became visible. After some time, a larger hole formed in the rock. Just a few more tries, and it might come loose. That afternoon, while sitting near the rock and eating what little food he had left, he heard the sound of an engine in the distance. He grabbed his sniper rifle at once. A Soviet military truck was passing by, but they didn't notice him. He knew he couldn't waste time. If he didn't free himself soon, he could freeze in the cold. He also had very little food left. The bucket was still full of water. This was his last chance. He poured the remaining water onto the heated rock. Then he picked up a tool and tried to shake the cracked stone, but the nail was still stuck. He removed the gunpowder from his remaining bullets and placed it inside a small metal box. He put the box into a hole in the rock and covered it with a stone. Then he quickly hid behind a large rock. A powerful explosion shook the area, and white smoke filled the air. He ran back to check, but the nail still hadn't come out. Angry, he kicked the rock twice. The nail didn't move. He wrapped part of his gun's bandage around a distant rock for support. Then he lifted a heavy stone with both hands and struck the nail again and again. The day ended. Night fell. His hands were cut and bruised, but he kept going. Finally, gathering all his strength, he pulled hard. The nail loosened. With one last effort, he yanked it free and threw it aside. At last, he was free.